Here is my version of marinara sauce. Now you see here, I'm using 3 big cloves of garlic. You do not have to use this much garlic. This is to my taste, my preferences. It's my sauce. So you can adjust to how you like it. If you only want 1 clove of garlic, only put 1. And I've been getting it nice and roughly chopped, but now I'm going to finely chop it here so that I can have it, smaller pieces. Nobody wants big garlic in their sauce. Moving that over, now I'm going to chop a shallot. I would usually use an onion, but I had the shallot, so I'm using it. Plus, it's a little bit more mild, and for marinara, you want like a nice, mild, sweet-tasting sauce, so I figured the shallot would go very well in here. So I'm chopping this up nice and fine, and just chop, chop, chop. There we go. Now I'm gonna get that chopped up last bit, and now I'll move it over to the side so that I can open up my tomatoes. And I just have a big can of crushed tomatoes. Find the best you can. They do not have to be San Marzano. If you want to use San Marzano, absolutely use them. These are not. This is just a can of crushed tomatoes, a pretty decent can. And I put some oil in the pan, and I'm gonna put in the shallot first, just the shallot. Get the shallot a little bit sauteed, and then I'm gonna add the garlic and let that just brown for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. We don't want any burned garlic. That's gonna make the sauce not taste very good, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and pour in the whole can of tomatoes and about a half a can of water because I wanted to rinse all the tomato off of the can there, all right? Give it a good mix. Now I'm putting it in I would estimate that about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon of salt. Again, measure with your heart, how you like it. I'm adding pepper, black pepper. Now, I put my lid askew like this so that it controls tomato sauce splattering everywhere, but it also does not put a lot of condensation into my sauce. This is fresh basil. Wrap your basil up like in a cigar, and then you can go through it with your knife and get it nice and finely cut up. And then some parsley. Take your parsley, any of your herbs that have your fresh herbs, and bunch them up so that it's easier to chop through them. So I'm getting this finely chopped. I like a lot of fresh herbs. Now at this point, this has been cooking about a half an hour. It's reduced and everything, and I'm going to turn off the heat. All right, but you got to let it cook a little bit. I'm just tasting, making sure my seasoning thus far is good. It was good. Now I'm adding in my fresh herbs. You want to do this at the last step so that your herbs don't get all dark and dingy and they don't look very nice and appealing. You want that fresh taste. At least I do. You don't have to put parsley in there. You don't have to put basil in there. You could just do one or the other, whatever you like. If you want to put oregano in there, go ahead. I'm not a fan of oregano, but that's just me. And there you go. Have it. It's